ヨダさん、ヨダさん、ヨダさん。
はい。
今来てる人たちは準備できているので、もう、いつでもお願いします。
はい。
すいません。
Hi guys. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Right, thank you. Today there are not so many students now, and I'd like you to review our past lessons more deeply. Please check the link of the video again and review again how the blockchain works, and if you have not done the homework, please check again the Google form and do it. Like Patrick, if you have done all of the homework, please try to crypto zombie. And by doing crypto zombies, you can imagine more clearly how you can create new smart contracts, decentralized application. So please check my Facebook post again. Maybe you can see my window now. And here's my post 55 minutes ago. And there are 4 past homeworks, and here's the articles. If you want to know more about the blockchain, I recommend you to read all of these articles. And if you want to improve your skills for smart contract, then you have to do crypto zombies. Maybe I have to show you how you can proceed crypto zombie, but let me show you again a little bit. And here's the lesson 1, start, and read these scripts, and you can challenge some tests like this one. So if you please see the lessons on crypto zombies, then you can learn all of the skills how you can use Solidity programming languages. So here, function, and chapter 8, you can, what's this? This is a Portuguese. Oops. Yeah, in the chapter 8, you can learn about structs and arrays and private functions. So by doing crypto zombies, you can learn much more about the solidity and how you can create decentralized application on Ethereum network. So please firstly do the homework or review the videos again and check articles. And if you have done all of this homework, I recommend you to try Crypto Zombies. So if you have question, I'd like to answer. Do you have anything? No? Do you have? All right, so, okay. So please check it. All right. Yes?
I want to know how can you remind me the name of your project?
My project?
Yes, about gaming.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember the name of your
Mord.
Okay, about mod. So can you show us?
Maybe you should type it in the chat.
Hear me?
Yeah, but the voice is a bit bad, terrible. So I think you should chat.
I was saying. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Why not speak? Okay, let me write.
Yeah, better.
I demo.
How your mod blockchain works. That's what the show us how you can use it in game, like a demo. All right. Actually, now we have not created the demo version, and we are developing it now, and the demo version will be released in the next first first next year. I mean, around January. So let me tell you now. Okay, let me introduce you great project which is called Tendermint. And you are so lucky to hear that. And then the students who have not come to the class on Saturday cannot hear this project about Tendermint, but you are so diligent, so you can hear about the project which is called Tendermint. Let me share my window. Okay, here is the Tendermint. Tendermint, yeah. Tendermint. Tendermint is, yeah, here is the script. Byzantine fault-tolerant state machine replication. It's like software which enables you to create new blockchain more easily. If you use Tendermint, you can use existed the system of blockchain like P2P network or consensus algorithm easily. I mean, let me show you some example documentation. Yeah, here it is. If you use Tendermint, the Tendermint have prepared some basic application of basic application using using blockchain. And if I use Tendermint, then I can customize some configuration of the blockchain of Tendermint, and I can create my original blockchain using Tendermint. So if you want to know more about the Tendermint, I think you have to check the Tendermint website. And yeah, application development. If you check this explanation, like here, you can know how the Tendermint is working. However, it's just a little bit difficult. I spent more than a month to understand all of the system of the Tendermint, so it's a little bit difficult to explain. Briefly now, but there should be more useful document. Yeah, here it is. Welcome to Tendermint, and last version built by Lee the docs will still be available at here. Yeah, here is the explanation of Tendermint. Tendermint is software for securely and consistently replicating an application on many machines. And if you read these documents, then you can know about Tendermint. Yeah, it's difficult to explain. Yeah, please look at this figure. On the Tendermint, there is 3 layers. There's 2 layers. One layer is Tendermint layer. And in the Tendermint layer, there is consensus algorithm and P2P network. These systems are prepared by Tendermint project, so you don't have to develop again about the proof of consensus or P2P network. Then, if you want to create your own application on the blockchain, then you can use Tendermint blockchain and on the Tendermint, you can create application. And ABCI is the application blockchain interface. ABCI, the explanation of ABCI is here. ABCI. Yeah, application blockchain interface. And it allows replication of application on the blockchain. Actually, many projects are trying to create their own blockchain, but some of the features they need for blockchain is the same. So it's strange that all of the project have to create their own blockchain system from the scratch. It's like a situation that everyone have to create their own operation system like iOS or Windows from the scratch. It's so waste of time, you know, and because they are great OS or operation system already, so you can create software on the existed operation system, like because everyone have iPhone and Apple have prepared for the iOS, and the application engineer, what the application engineer need is to develop the application on the iOS. They do not have to develop from OS. Like that, on the Tendermint vision is that in the future, most of the projects do not have to create blockchain from the scratch. Tendermint have already prepared some basic model of blockchain as open source. So, like most, some project can use Tendermint and customize some configuration, like the consensus algorithm or how we choose a validator of the blockchain. And we use Tendermint, but we can create our own blockchain using Tendermint or by customizing the Tendermint. So it's more easy, right? And in order to connect the system between Tendermint and application layer, there is ABCI. ABCI is interface. Interface is the concept which connect two of things. And okay, let me show you some example. Here, I open Golang. Here's the scripts of Tendermint, and Cosmos is one of the projects which is constructed, which is based on Tendermint. So as I show you, there is Tendermint layer, and on the Tendermint there is application layer, and ABCI, the interface connects the application layer and Tendermint. And Cosmos is one of the application on the application layer. So Cosmos is using ABCI. And for example, ABCI is what I should show you. Station.go. Yeah, here's a delivery transact TX function. What's that? Yeah, here is the ABCI interface. And as an interface, some function have defined as an interface in the Tendermint open source. And you can use all of these functions on your own application. And here is the scripts of Cosmos. And on the Cosmos, they use, here is a derivaTX. Can you check the derivaTX function on the Cosmos? Here is the Cosmos scripts, and Cosmos is using derivaTX transaction. And this derivative transaction is defined in Tendermint scripts as an interface. So by using Tendermint, they do not have to develop the detailed function of these functions, and Cosmos can, and some basic construction of blockchain is scripted in the Tendermint codes. So if you really want to know more about the Tendermint, you can check the GitHub of Tendermint from here. So by using this Tendermint, I will create our own blockchain. And also we are going to connect the software like Unity. Do you know Unity? Unity is one of the software that enables you to create a game. And here's a window of Unity. And on the Unity, there is some objects in the game application, and let me show you. I'm not professional of the game, but this is the game I created, and I can jump like this. So funny game, but this is a character called that. This character is moved according to a script which is coded by C#. And this is the code. Oops. And here is some scripts like if I tap space, then the character jump. Like this coding is about some things, something like how you can operate the characters or how you can play games. And in this Unity, we also define about Ethereum. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Not one, not this one. Oh, it is. Yeah, here it is. So, yeah, there are some software which is called Ethereum, and there are some functions to use Ethereum on Unity. Unity is the software to develop game, so we can connect the game with Ethereum. So like this, we can connect the data of the item and blockchain, like, or Solidity. So by using these softwares like Ethereum, yeah, here is the get balance request function, and I can implement some functions of get balance on the game. So like if I click this button on game in game, then I can check the balance of Ethereum or both. Like this, I can connect the game with blockchain by using this software. So that's how I will connect the game with blockchain. And the way to create blockchain itself is the Tendermint. So do you understand some extent of I said? So the project who want to use Tendermint is the one who are not satisfied with the existed framework like Ethereum or Hyperledger. If you think Hyperledger or Ethereum is enough, then you should use Ethereum or Hyperledger because it's more easy to develop. But I think for games, Ethereum is not enough, and the transaction speed is a little bit terrible. So we are going to create our own blockchain system on the Tendermint. That's why we don't use Ethereum directly. Yeah. Do you have any other questions or about this? Okay.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So you are telling that Ethereum is a framework? Okay, I was saying, hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I I was saying, you said that is Ethereum a framework used in blockchain?
Ethereum is one of the blockchains, and the vision of the Ethereum is to create world decentralized computer, and you can develop your own decentralized application on the Ethereum. But Ethereum itself is a blockchain, and you do not create your own blockchain if you use Ethereum. You will use the Ethereum blockchain, but you don't create your own blockchain if you use Ethereum. So if you use Ethereum, you can create your own application on the Ethereum blockchain. But if you use Tendermint, you can create own blockchain by using Tendermint basic blockchain.
So I have another question.
Uh-huh.
Also, Ethereum has its own cryptocurrency.
Yes.
How is it called?
Ethereum. Right. Here is the crypto coin market capture. Oh, let me share the window. There are some famous cryptocurrencies. The most famous one is Bitcoin, and there is also Ethereum, or XRP is the one is a cryptocurrency which is called Ripple, and there is also Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Stellar, Litecoin, and Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency at now. But the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum is that on the Bitcoin blockchain, there is just Bitcoin cryptocurrency. But on the Ethereum blockchain, you can create your own cryptocurrency on the Ethereum blockchain. That's the more advantage, great point out of Ethereum. Have you created your own token in the lesson of Mr. Watanabe?
Yes, we did some trust application.
Yeah. So what you've done in the lesson of Mr. Watanabe is to create your own application or token on the Ethereum blockchain. However, there is also the main cryptocurrency on the Ethereum, which is called Ethereum. Okay. Do you have still some questions?
So how about the security of the cryptocurrency?
Which cryptocurrency?
Let's say Ethereum.
Uh-huh.
How is its security?
The security. Yeah, I think the security of the Ethereum is great. I have not. If you care about the private key of your account, then you are not robbed your own Ethereum. It's almost same with Bitcoin. If you lose your private key of your account, then you will use your own Bitcoin. And if you are robbed your private key of Bitcoin by someone, then you will be robbed your own Bitcoin. And Ethereum is the same. If you are robbed of your Ethereum private key, then you will be robbed of your Ethereum. And there is a concept of smart contract on Ethereum. And if you deposit some Ethereum to the smart contract, then the security of the Ethereum deposited in the smart contract depends on the security of the smart contract. So it depends on how you develop the smart contract. If the smart contract you developed is unsecured, then your Ethereum deposited in smart contract will be insecure. So, but there is no, let's say, yeah. So, so you have to care how you implement the smart contract carefully. But the blockchain itself is so secure and it has temporal resistance. So your Ethereum is secured unless you will lose your own private key.
Hey, I have a question too.
Yeah.
I would like to know in detail what is mining and how people earn money by doing mining.
Okay. I think I recommend you to review again the video of mining, but let me talk you briefly. The mining is all right. Actually, mining is the concept in proof of work, and Bitcoin and Ethereum is now using mining. And there is a miner. Miner is who are doing mining, and miner is miner is the one who are maintaining the blockchain network. And blockchain is please remember that blockchain is the new block is added when a miner found a nonce, specific nonce, and if they find new nonce, then a miner broadcasts the broadcast the information about the new block to all of other miners, and miner can get the reward for get the reward if the miner found a nonce, then they can earn the reward from the network. Okay, the proof of work is all right. The blockchain has the idea of decentralized system, and in the centralized system, there are one organization who are maintaining the system, like Facebook, Amazon, Google, almost all of the company or government or organization, and they are maintaining the system. But they monopoly the information, or they can they pick a lot of fee from the users. However, by using blockchain, we can create decentralized new system. And the point is that who will maintain the decentralized system. In the past traditional system, the one who are maintaining the system is the centralized organization. But what if it is decentralized? In the decentralized system, we have to maintain the system by everyone. However, there are some bad people or bad organization who with bad habits. So we have to choose some organization who do not do bad habits. Then the proof of work works. By using proof of work, we can pick or choose some good habit people or good habit organizations. And because there is a consensus algorithm on the proof of work network, the miner do not try to destroy the blockchain network, because if they destroy the blockchain network, they lose money. Instead of destroying the blockchain network, they will do as the blockchain works well. Blockchain works continuously because they can earn reward by maintaining the blockchain network. So this is the reason there is the proof of work consensus algorithm, and in the proof of work consensus algorithm, miner will do good habits for the blockchain network, and as the reward of maintaining the network, they can earn Bitcoin from the network. That's the answer.
Can I ask something else?
Yes.
Oh, then what is the requirement for someone to become a miner?
Okay. In order to find nonce, miner have to find the nouns when they create the new block. And if in order to find new nouns, you need to prepare the calculation power, like CPU and GPU. And now, the biggest mining company is Bitmain. And let me show you the mining hash rate share. Please check the window I'm sharing. And here is the homepage called CoinDance. And you can check the miner. Maybe this one? Block. Yeah. Here is the here is the sharing rate of mining of Bitcoins. Here is the sharing rate of today, and here is the sharing rate of the last 7 days. And there is big, huge mining company called BTC.com, via BTC, Antpool, BTC.top. And the latest block is created by these miners: Unknown miner, via BTC miner, F2pool miner, Slash, Antpool, via BTC. And let's research about the via BTC. Via BTC is maintained by BTC.com, actually. Okay, let me show you the Bitmain. Bitmain is the largest mining company in the world. And Bitmain is the company creating the mining machine. And Antminer is the most popular mining machine, like this one. This is the computer with calculation power, which is adjusted to calculate the nouns of the block. So it is sure that you can calculate the nouns of the Bitcoin by your computer, by your CPU power. But it's the story of the past time. And now there are a lot of people, a lot of companies who are trying to do mining. So the difficulty of mining become higher, increase. So you need huge hash rate, huge calculation power in order to succeed mining. Factory. Yeah. Like this one. There are a lot of mining machines, and each of the machine is the Antminer, this one. And like this factory, mainly in China, they constructed huge mining power and huge factory. So the one of the way to do mining by yourself is to join the crowd mining. Crowd mining is the rental service of hash power. And you can join such huge mining company and you can borrow the calculation power from mining company. But yeah, if you are interested in invest your money to mining, you can study about the crowd mining, I guess. Yep. Do you catch the answer? Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
thanks.
Can I ask?
Yep.
So since the can you hear me?
Mhm.
So I was asking, since the calculation power is too expensive and it requires to have a big farm to use those processors to do minings, so how will blockchain succeed? Why we see that it is have long journey to figure about those calculation power, high power consumption, how technologists are trying to reduce those things so that the technology can be easy for everyone, so that mining can be fast.
Okay, good questions. That is the program discussing by a lot of professionals, and there is no answer at now. However, there is some good solutions. For example, in order to, there is a proof of stake consensus algorithm instead of proof of work. On the proof of stake, you do not need huge mining calculation power. On the proof of stake consensus algorithm, the miner is elected by how much coin you have, and the logic is like this: if you have a lot of coin, then you should not destroy the blockchain network. So if we ask someone who have a lot of coin, then they will maintain the blockchain network. So we do not have to check whether they have a lot of calculation power. However, there is also some problem. For example, because, for example, it divides the distance from rich and poor more, because the rich people who have a lot of coin can join mining and they can earn mining reward and they become more rich. So that's one of the problem. So we have some restriction to join the mining system. You do not, for example, you cannot, you have to deposit the coin, the huge coin you have on the network, and you cannot withdraw the coin immediately. You have to wait for like 1 month in order to withdraw the coin. Then it's become a little bit difficult to keep keep being a miner. So it prevents someone from becoming richer and richer, or there is a lot of other consensus algorithms like proof of importance. Proof of importance consider not only how much coin you have, but also how you contribute to the blockchain network, like how much money, how much coin you used. The more coin you use the more coin you use, then you can easily join as a miner. So it prevents the miner or rich people to store their own coin so long time. So like this, there are a lot of other ideas. And also, if and also there are some ideas for these are some examples for the future of the Bitcoin or blockchain. And okay, I have to talk about the hyperledger or consortium blockchain. Bitcoin is public network, but public blockchain, but the blockchain created by hyperledger is not public. This is actually not so decentralized. This is like a consortium blockchain. So this blockchain is not maintained by just one centralized organization, but some stakeholders, some companies, some organization. So we can improve the situation of centralized situation in hyperledger fabric. And in the hyperledger fabric, there is no idea of proof of work, but instead of proof of work, there is an idea of PBFT. PBFT is practical Byzantine fault tolerance. And also, the tendermint I explained is also using the PBFT system. So that's one of the reason we choose tendermint. Yeah, if you want to know more about PBFT, you have to read like this article, but so good. Yeah, this is not bad link talking about the PBFT. So I think if we want to avoid huge calculation power, you have to consider other consensus algorithm instead of proof of work. That's it.
Question?
Yeah.
So we were wondering if you can tell us some successful application that were made in using blockchain other than what? Yes, worldwide that are successfully made using blockchain, so that we can have some clear example about some project made in blockchain.
Okay.
Because here we think about blockchain when we confuse it with the cryptocurrency. So can you do your project without doing those about cryptocurrency? That's what we want to know. If you can tell us some application that made using blockchain. If you have example, you can show us on your screen.
All right. Okay, I think it will be my homework. Actually, I don't really know about the successful use case of the blockchain. Actually, there is I don't know the successful project other than Bitcoin or Ethereum. So the cryptocurrency or worldwide currency, which is not fiat currency, global currency is one of the answer using blockchain. But without blockchain, without cryptocurrency, I've heard some project trying to use blockchain and trying to create revolutionary project using blockchain. But I think the practical project which is used by many people in reality is not appeared yet, and it takes more than 3 or 5 years for such projects to be appeared. And yeah, the mode is also using cryptocurrency to maintain the system of the blockchain. So that's not one of the projects. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm teaching you. I mean, I expect you to create great new project using blockchain. And also, I really want to think or learn about how we can use blockchain for the real society So me also, I'm going to research more about the great project or example using blockchain by the next lesson. So yeah, let's research together.
So in those use cases that you showed us last time, and what to read, there are some blockchain that are used in, for example, I think it is in Saudi Arabia or Dubai insurance. I don't know, but I've seen some use cases of projects that have been done in Dubai about. And so there's a project of Deloitte. They're using blockchain. They manage buildings, and so they use blockchain to manage those buildings. I think those are some use cases that I've found on internet.
All right, nice. So could you share the link?
sharing. Sorry, I shared the link
Yeah, thanks.
because the sound can't be played on your computers. So I shared the link. In this link, there are some use cases of projects that are being done in some countries. I think those are the 20 blockchain use case in industries. I think they are in use right now. Maybe you can tell us more about those examples because you are an expert in blockchain technology.
Yeah, I've checked some projects, but yeah, researching just briefly in minutes, I cannot figure out whether it is already moved and yeah, I think some blockchain projects have already created the system or the blockchain and store the data more securely, secure to store more secure data. However, the user side did not notice that it's more useful yet. I mean, Amazon, Google, Facebook is already useful, and they satisfy almost all of the products they are created. And I think it takes more time for more and more people will use the blockchain. That's the problem, I guess. So, yeah, I will also check these projects one more and think how we can use or how we can expand the product or product of blockchain. How do you think about now? Think the blockchain, but now. Do you think you can use this technology to your society around? Okay. Let me end up today's lesson. Honestly, I really know about how the Bitcoin and Ethereum was constructed and how we will create mode and how we can use blockchain in order to realize the vision mode has. However, actually, honestly, I'm not really really know about how we can use blockchain for other industries. So I really want to study with you, and I'm gonna study tomorrow on Sunday. So I want to show you the result of my study to you in the next lesson. So yeah, please share me if you have great projects or great use cases again. And yeah, I really want to study more about how we can use blockchain in the real society. But about for how we can create blockchain, I can really help you, and I'm very professional of developing some type of blockchain or developing decentralized application on the Ethereum. So please ask me anything about how you can create the blockchain network. So let's study more and more about other use cases or how you guys can, how or what kind of project you guys can create around your society. So it's time to end up, and see you again in the next lesson. And please, please continue to try to homework or research about the blockchain more and more. Thank you.
Murakoze.
ラポゼっていうのはありがとうっていう意味です。
アポゼですか？
ヌラコゼです。ヌラコゼ。ヌラコゼ。
ヌラコゼ。ヌラコゼ。
Murakoze.
ヌラコゼ。
Yes. It is. What about Monday? About the program of Monday?
お疲れ様でした。お疲れ様でした、布施さん。布施さん、大丈夫ですか？
はいはい、すみません。
はい。そうですね、今日はなかなか詰まりが悪かったですけど、
うん。
月曜日はもうちょっと呼べるように
うん。
しますので、
はいはい。
はい。
まあそこはしょうがないね。ちょっと、うん。ちょっとそういうなんか、普通の弁とかってこれちょっとこっちも分かんなかったし、しょうがないね。
普通の弁もそうですし、いろいろ用事が入ってるみたいで、今日はルクンドーがお葬式で、病気とか怪我で休んでる人が2人で、連絡つかない人が3人いますけど、あとは怪我か仕事かそういう家族の用事でいう感じなので、はい、まあしょうがないのかなっていう気もしますけど。
まあでも今日は来てた人はまあ少数制っていう言葉もあれだけど、個別に突っ込んだ質問して、与田さんが一つ一つ丁寧に答えてくれたから、なかなか内容としては充実してたと思うし。
そうですね、すごい活発な授業になったと思うんですけど。
だから、ね、質問があるならやっぱりちゃんと授業に出て質問した方がいいよみたいなニュアンスで、ね、ちゃんと先生も答えてくれるし、そんな感じで、また月曜以降は来てねっていうような誘うような文章を作ってくれたらいいのかな。
そうですね。
で、私も今日明日中に今日の授業のビデオとか上げるようにして、で、そのビデオにはコメントとして、とても、いい、質疑応答ができたみたいな、コメントつけるようにするんで。まあ、そんな感じで、また次から頑張って来てよぐらいな感じにしようよ。
そうですね。はい、わかりました。
で、特にほら、なんか、新しい事業を自分たちで立ち上げる、まあ、ビジネスをやるって言ってる人たちは、なるべく来て質問した方が絶対得だからね。まあ、そうでない人ももちろん来てほしいけど、特にそういう人っていうのは、ちゃんと、来たらフォローはするからねっていうのが、こちらも熱意があるぞっていうのを見せるというか、なんか、そんな感じにしたらいいかなとは思いますね。
はい。そうですね。
まあ、
じゃあ、
じゃあ、まあ、そんな風で、まあ、呼びかけやっていきましょうと。
はい、そうしましょ
う。はい、お願いします。
はい。じゃあ、おやすみなさい。
はい、お疲れさんです。